Hey, what is going on everybody? It is Nolan, or the Optimistic Gamer here, and welcome back to the Optimistic Survival series. I apologize in the lack of content over the past couple weeks. I have been very busy, but hopefully now in the coming month I should finally be settling down and we will return to our regularly scheduled program. So today we are in our villager trading hall, and we are going to be securing some trades. Now, not too long ago, I spent a day of AFK time at our gold farm in the Nether. I don't remember if I have mentioned that or not, but needless to say, we have come away with a lot of rotten flesh. I think we have 10 shulker boxes right here, plus a few more stacks in the storage room. I also did some tree chopping at our wood farm, so all of our previous episodes are starting to come together in this culmination of villager trading goods. So we will be able to stock up on emeralds, and we can use those for other more useful trades. I have our list of all of the trades we are after today. We are skipping the librarians. A, they are not up there yet, and B, we already have librarians in our home village over there, so we may put that off for quite some time. However, we are going to be dealing with our masons, clerics, shepherds, fletchers, farmers, and weaponsmiths, armorers right here, and we are trying to get a handful of different materials. Now we have two different types of villagers here. We have the villagers that we are going to use to get emeralds, and then the ones that we are going to buy stuff from. The masons are one that we will purchase from. The farmers are ones that we will sell to, and the fletchers we will sell to. The clerics will be a little bit of both, and so on. Meanwhile, outside we seem to have a zombie siege. Luckily we got all of our doors put onto our trading hall. Isn't this exciting? On the first day that we are working in there trading with all of our villagers. Let's see if we can get that skeleton to hit one of these zombies so that they will attack that skeleton. Or I guess we could just go sleep, because we certainly don't need any more rotten flesh. So they should all burn up in one collective bonfire, and then when it is safe to do so, we will head on in and actually get started with our trades. Alright, so why don't we begin with our... We can begin with our farmers. Those are pretty specific. We are really just trading our pumpkins and melons, so we may just... Well, I guess we could also turn our automatic potato farm up there into a carrot farm as well, so we might leave it open-ended. But I am remembering now the pumpkins and melons don't even come at the first level, so we will have to trade either for some bread or give them some crops anyway. So why don't we head up there and plant a bunch of carrots, and while we wait for those to grow, we can work on a different villager. Actually, what we could do instead is just use our potatoes that we have right here. There isn't any fuel in the smoker, and we do have a few more right up in there, so we can just use the potatoes that we harvest from here. We will go ahead and plant some more carrots though. Those will be useful to us in the future anyway. For now, let's go ahead and pour that water, always a satisfying sound and sight, and then we can turn that off and start planting in our carrots. There we go, we have quite a bit of potatoes here. I'm not too concerned about our food situation by the time these are finished. We will still have more than enough baked potatoes in our shulker box, but right up here we have a handful of carrots. That will be good for our carrot supply, and the rest of those are potatoes. Let's head back to the trading hall now and give these to some farmers in exchange for those precious gems. So we will find the ones willing to trade potatoes, and we will level them up to where we need them to be. So we have 8 farmers in total. We have given potatoes to 4 of them, so we will save the other 4 for carrots. Now when we open them up, we should see, well, is it not that level? There we go. We have some pumpkins right there. Pumpkins, and maybe... Do we have any melons anywhere? It doesn't look like we do. I suppose it is possible that melons come at the following level. So let's go grab all of our pumpkins and melons from our automatic farm right up here. We should have quite a few. There we go. A few stacks of pumpkins and a little over a stack of melons. We will trade some pumpkins to that farmer and see what happens when he levels up. I'm pretty sure though melons and pumpkins, okay, well I guess I was wrong. Melons and pumpkins are on a separate tier. So that works out perfectly for us. That means all of these farmers will be able to trade both melons and pumpkins. And I guess we probably should have a few extra potato farmers. That way we can continue to farm our potatoes business as usual, and then we can use those extras down here versus having to plant carrots. Now maybe later on if we do get ourselves an automatic carrot farm, then we could have something like that. So we will have 5 potato farmers and 3 carrot farmers. For now we will store away some of these items into this chest right there and carry on to our... maybe the Fletchers is what we will do next, since they are all pretty much the same. We are just trading sticks with them, so we can go ahead and turn all of these spruce logs into sticks, and we are just going to go down the line trading with them. We want to lock in these trades because sometimes they don't trade sticks on their first level, and we will want to have time for those to refresh. So far so good, we haven't run into any like that, and there is our first one. He's trading 1 emerald and 10 gravel for flint, or an emerald for 16 arrows, so we will leave him be while we wait for him to refresh. Same with this one right here, and that one. There's a stick trade, and that one we need to wait for it to refresh. I also need to place some trapdoors above some of these villagers. They certainly like to jump up and down. It is not a problem for us, they can't escape, but it certainly drives me crazy after a little bit. Let's go down this line as well. There we go, so that takes care of that side as well. Again, we are just going to wait for those last few Fletchers to refresh their trades. I think we will move on to the stonemasons next. They are very useful for building materials. Now, at the end of all their trades, they either offer quartz, I think it's actually both quartz and chiseled quartz, or quartz pillars. I don't know, we will find out here soon enough. If I'm not mistaken, they all have the same base trade, 10 clay for 1 emerald or 1 emerald for 10 bricks, and that does seem to be the case. So we will get quite a bit of bricks from these, and we are just going through until we level them up. And of course, this will be perfect for our brick supply. So we are going to have to trade for a few more emeralds, but so far we are 4 stonemasons down, and so far we are doing pretty good. So we can take this opportunity now to trade with the farmers a little bit more. Again, really just building up our emerald supply. And we now have our first master farmer. We have unlocked the final 2 trades. We are doing pretty well. We will turn all of these extra bricks into actual brick blocks. We don't really need them in their raw state. So all of our stonemasons are now up to their apprentice stage. We will just continue to trade with them for some chiseled stone bricks. And are they offering anything else aside from that? It doesn't look like they are. Again, as far as I'm aware, they have pretty standard trades up until about this point, where we might start seeing some variation. Now, I hate to trade 1 emerald for 4 polished granite, so why don't we run back and see if we just have normal granite to trade with them instead. And we sure do. That will be a much better use of that. And it levels them up very quickly, so he should go to a expert here, alright, and then a few more trades right here with them. And we will have our first master stonemason, a quartz pillar and a block of quartz. That is a phenomenal trade right there. So we are going to do that 7 more times, and then we will move on to another villager. And there we have it. We now have 8 master stonemasons, which is wonderful. That means Multiple times a day we can trade with them directly for a block of quartz. I think we will get, I'm trying to do the math here in my head, I think we can get up to 6 stacks of quartz blocks every day from trading with them. Now, of course, that also means 6 stacks of emeralds, but we have about 20 Fletchers to compensate for that. Now that the stonemasons are done, we can move on to the clerics, which shouldn't be all that difficult to trade with. We have all of that rotten flesh, and many of them, because of our redstone trades, are already at a pretty high level. But we will just finish up with them and then move on to maybe our shepherds next. And I figured we might as well go ahead and trade the rest of our sticks, all of that wood, just to clear up our inventory a little bit. So 63 more emeralds from that, plus all of this rotten flesh, which this will translate to 54 emeralds per box. So about 9 stacks from all of this. We will be in very good hands. Well, I'm actually currently waiting on all of them to restock, so let's go ahead and move on to the shepherds now, just to make the most out of our time. I put the emeralds away to clear space in our inventory, but we will grab those back out. Now, with the shepherds, what we are after is the trades for all of these grayscale wools, which are presented to us right away, which is fantastic. Ideally, we want to have 2 white, and then, well, actually, let's fly over to our wool farm just to see how our ratio is. I know that we have the most white sheep up top. I think they are all white up top. Actually, no, we have a few other colors. So we have 1 of each: black, dark gray, light gray, brown, and then multiple white. So maybe we will do 3 white and then 1 of the rest of them. And the wool farm, as per usual, is very full. But let's go ahead and grab a few stacks of white wool, and then some black wool, brown wool, light gray, and dark gray. That should be enough to get us started. This will be great because we, of course, have way too much wool on our hands. It will be nice to trade all of it away, and I need to get some pressure plates right there as well. So we will lock in that white wool trade, and that will give us black. We don't need 2 black. Ideally, we want another white wool trade. We will wait for some of them to refresh. As for our leather workers, we have these so that we can make leather armor. Now, with our armor trims, if we want to put every pattern on every type of armor, we are going to need a lot of all of those different types. That is what the leather workers are for. This is so that we don't have to use our leather to make leather armor. So we want to make sure that we have pants, a tunic, a helmet, and some boots. So here is our tunic, and then we have a few different options for pants. I guess we will just take these ones right here. Actually, are they all the same price? 3, 3, and 3. Yes, they are. So that will give us the pants, and we might as well just trade multiple times with those to level them up and see what else we need. But I would imagine our clerics are ready to trade again, so let's pull out some more rotten flesh and get back to it. And here we go, we are getting our first master cleric with a bottle of enchanting as the top prize. Not bad. And it looks like they might be done for the day, so we will store away our rotten flesh and grab out all of the emeralds that we just obtained, plus a few more right in there. Like I said, we are going to be doing really well for ourselves. Let's see if any of our shepherds have updated their trades yet. It might be a little while. That's the one that we locked in. That looks the same, and both of these look the same. So we will move on, continuing with our leather workers here, upgrading or leveling up both of them, I guess. This one is on sale. We will grab a couple more pants. There we go. And we will see when he levels up. We have boots right here. So now we are hoping for a helmet. So we will wait for him to level up. And leggings, or excuse me, boots once again. I don't know if the helmet will come later on. We might as well level them up now. We're gonna have to at some point anyway. So let's see what we get after he levels up here. Another tunic. So we will give this one a try and see what we get. Hopefully a helmet. No, still another tunic. So it makes me wonder if that helmet will come later on. I could look it up, but again, we need to level them up anyway. So we will just continue doing this. And that is going to take a while, but it is heavily discounted, so we might as well just trade with him on that. And there we go. All right, I traded with this one right here. He is offering a leather cap. We will go ahead and trade with him a few more times. We might as well get him to the next level. I'm just curious to see what we get out of it. And it looks like a darker blue leather tunic. Not bad. So we will have plenty of leather armor to get us going on those armor trims. Let's move on to our armorers now. Again, the reason for them is so that we can have plenty of extra armor for our armor trim display. Now, of course, we have a gold farm, we have an iron farm, so I'm not too concerned about that. Here, I am more concerned about diamond and chainmail, even though we are getting iron armor, I forgot. So we will cycle through. Ideally, we want one of each: helmet, leggings, boots, chestplate for diamond, and chainmail both. So let's get started on this trade, and it will be very pricey to get up to where we need to be. These guys charge a lot. And it looks like right away we have some chainmail leggings there, and some chainmail boots, and a chainmail chest plate right here. And these large discounts are certainly helping us out right now. And over here, a chainmail helmet. So there we go. We have our full set of chainmail armor. I'm glad we got that taken care of. Now we have to worry about the full set of diamond armor, which is a little bit more difficult because it requires us to go all the way to the end of their trades. And if we bust, then we have to start all over with the other two. It, again, does get very pricey, but we still have a decent amount of rotten flesh left in some of these shulker boxes. Well, I guess we already leveled them up. We have leggings and diamond boots here. Of course, they are very, very, very expensive. It might take us a while to get up to that, but I'm wondering if the next one will be both a helmet and a chest plate. I guess there's only one way to find out, but these are heavily discounted and it looks like they will level us up quite a bit, so we might as well take advantage of those prices. And is there another zombie siege outside? Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Alright, well, we are gonna have to light up this area because apparently all of these villagers are attracting quite a few zombie sieges, which is not something we necessarily want at our trading hall. Alright, that takes care of all of that, hopefully. Again, we will get that area lit up here momentarily. Well, there we go. We have a full set of diamond armor from one single armorer. We also have nearly a full set of chainmail armor from him. We are just missing the boots, which this armorer is offering. Let's see what enchantments we have on these. I'm curious. We have Fire Protection 2 and Feather Falling 3 on the boots, Projectile Prot 2 on the leggings, same with the chest plate, and on the helmet, Aqua Affinity and Unbreaking 1. Over here, Projectile Protection 3, Fire Prot 2, and Depth Strider. Not bad. So now that the armorers are locked in, as well as the leather workers, we are really just waiting on the shepherds. We need a couple more white wool trades. Once we get those, our trading hall will be complete. But that is pretty straightforward. So I think that is where we will end the episode for today. I really hope you enjoyed it. It is definitely a very useful episode for us, having locked in all of these trades. We will be back here quite a bit in the future for both building blocks from the stonemasons and, of course, armor for our armor trims. If you enjoyed today's episode, definitely hit that thumbs up button and make sure you are subscribed so you don't miss out on daily content as soon as I publish it. Check the description for some more important information, links, how to contact me, all of that good stuff. And with all of that being said, comment, like, subscribe, remember to stay optimistic, and I will see all of you tomorrow. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye!